Alright, in anticipation of their next upcoming title defense, the undisputed World Tag Team Champions John Van and Guy Cormier, the originals, set to go up against the Perfect Package, the pairing of Lex Luger and Mr. Perfect, representing the Heenan family.
Oh, bet. I love watching John and Guy do business.
Boy, the originals got chutzpah, booking what they call a tune-up match against one of the hottest legend tag teams going.
The following non-title tag team match is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Coming down the aisle representing the Heenan family at a combined weight of 509 pounds, from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, and from Atlanta, Georgia, the Total Package Lex Luger, the Perfect Package.
It must be noted that Mr. Perfect and Lex Luger are hot off a win 2 weeks ago on Snarl in a main event over the Canadian Cartel, and they would certainly like to get another win here over the undisputed World Tag Team Champions.
I heard they're doing the big entrance. Here it comes.
Good evening, wrestling fans of Yokohama, Japan. It is an honor and a privilege at this time to present to you without question the greatest tag team ever produced by the Ringside Wrestling League. And so, here they are, under the management of Miss Sylvia Strong, at a combined weight of 520 pounds, the Chicago Emma John Van, and from Staten Island, New York, Crippler Guy Cormier. They are the team that has whipped the world 3 times, the RWL, undisputed World Tag Team Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the originals.
Well, the boys certainly know how to make an entrance, and I suppose when you've been tag team champions as long as the originals have, you can have any sort of entrance you want. Well, they are in anticipation of their tag team title defense March 31st at the Philadelphia Spectrum, and they will face Dr. D. David Schultz and Dr. Death Steve Williams. The Doctors returning and seeking tag team gold at the expense of the originals.
And Steve Williams and David Schultz had the pull to do it.
All right, well, this is a non-title matchup. And we've got Lex Luger and John Van initiating contact here. Tom Kennemore sounds the bell. They come center ring, collar and elbow tie-up. Luger whipped to the original's corner. John Van with a hard shot. And pulls Luger out of the corner with a little alley-oop. Van rounds Luger up right back into the corner a second time, but here comes Guy Cormier. A double back body drop for Lex Luger. As Guy Cormier, whoa, a headbutt right across the forehead of Lex Luger. The Total Package on the receiving end of punishment at the hands of both originals, but here he counters it, using a clothesline to escape, and a second clothesline to take down Guy Cormier. Cormier rounded up by Lex Luger. Whipped into the Perfect Package's corner, but counters and escapes. Locks up Lex Luger. Has him up. Lays him down, sidewalk slam from Guy Cormier. The Staten Island Crippler rounds up Lex Luger. Whips him into the original's corner yet again. Has him up. And he's going to drop him head first into the turnbuckle. Rounds him up immediately in a short arm clothesline. Takes him down. Cormier going for an immediate cover. One. But just a one. Lex Luger falling towards his corner as Guy Cormier gets a little love from the fans here, but oh, here comes Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. And whoa, look at this. Wrap around neckbreaker from the Perfect one. Mr. Perfect rounds up Cormier hard, right, spins him around. He goes behind, rear waist lock. Has him up. Nails him with a knee breaker. Mr. Perfect on a roll here. Rolling elbow across the chest. But here comes John Van, the Chicago Hammer. A series of hard rights and a spine buster, a one-armed spine buster from the Chicago Hammer. Perfect nails him with a running elbow. Mr. Perfect catches a shot to the midsection from John Van. Van whips him to the ropes, has him up. Whoa, slammed him face down. And what a shot from our camera crew. That was amazing. Ow. Face first. Cormier watches as John Van pitches himself over the top turnbuckle 10 feet down to nail Mr. Perfect. Discus punch takes him down as the referee begins the count here. Sylvia Strong staying on the far side of town, allowing the originals to do their work. As the referee continues to count, John Van gathers up Mr. Perfect, gets him back inside the ring. With order restored, Mr. Perfect making his way to his corner, and here comes Lex Luger again. Clothesline takes down John Van. Luger covers. One, and only one. John Van catches a stomp to the midsection. Lex Luger with a double axe handle right across the back. John Van struggling to get to his feet. Lex Luger absolutely relentless, has him up over the shoulders. Escorts him to his own team's corner, drops him head first into the buckles. John Van likewise assisted out of the corner with an alley-oop from Lex Luger. The total package. Double choke lift here. Whoa, what a display of power from Lex Luger as Mr. Perfect comes in. And indeed, what a perfect tag team drop kick. Takes down John Van. What a perfect tag team the perfect package is. The power of Lex Luger and the technical skill of Mr. Perfect are going to be hard to beat. But Cormier comes in on the tag. Whoa! Clothesline takes down Mr. Perfect. A clubbing right across the head. A clubbing right across the back. Cormier covers. One. And again, just a one. A stomp to the back of the head from Guy Cormier. Drives a knee into the head of Mr. Perfect. Kurt Hennig starting to really take a beating here. Whipped into the original's corner. Cormier countered. Mr. Perfect makes his way out. Rounds up Guy Cormier. Head first into the far corner turnbuckle. A kick to the side. And grinding the face of Guy Cormier into those ropes. That is vicious. Mr. Perfect. Whoa! What a nasty. That was a horrifying move. Mr. Perfect lines him up. Whips him to the far corner. His team's corner. A kick to the midsection. And again grinding the face, the eyes of Guy Cormier into those ropes. Mr. Perfect absolutely merciless here. Suplex as Mr. Perfect steps out, allowing Lex Luger to take his turn. Guy Cormier steps to the outside. Lex Luger goes after John Van. And Sylvia Strong taking exception here. Cormier counters. Lex Luger on the outside catches the apron head first. Guy Cormier going to work. John Van is laid out from that shoulder tackle. Guy Cormier drives a knee into the head of Lex Luger. The Chicago Hammer with a little assist to his tag team partner as Guy Cormier decides to go after Mr. Perfect, catches a forearm from Kurt Hennig. Returns to work on Lex Luger. Guy Cormier locks him up, whips him to the original's corner. Here comes John Van on the tag. Here comes a little double team from the originals. Mr. Perfect being set up here. A little fist bump. And boom, double headbutts. As John Van assumes command. Misses with a second attempt at the headbutt. Lex Luger rounds himself up. Here we go. Beautiful drop right there from Lex Luger. John Van takes him down with a leg sweep. Allows Guy Cormier to take his turn. And a running shoulder. Takes down Lex Luger. They lock up. Luger whipped again into the original's corner. Look at this. A little bit of payback here as Guy Cormier grinds his forearm into the eyes of Lex Luger. Luger escapes the corner. Spins him round with a hard right. Has Cormier up. Torture rack. Possible submission here, center ring with no ropes to access. But no, Cormier, with a couple of wraps on the noggin of Lex Luger, gets himself loose. Guy whips him to the original's corner and starts yanking the arm against the ropes, definitely paying back Luger for some of that torture. Hip first into the buckle, and he just busted Lex Luger open. A hard right on another. All right, Cormier tags in John Van, and another double team from the originals. He's laid out again, and we're going to see it one more time. There's the fist bump. There's the double headbutts right across the chest of Lex Luger. John Van snaps the arm, winds it up, and he's tormenting the arm of Lex Luger. Finally nails it with an arm breaker, goes for a cover, but Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig right there to break that one up. Van goes after Kurt Hennig, nails him with a shoulder, tags in Guy Cormier. Sylvia Strong looking a lot more optimistic as the originals have laid out both of their opponents. Cormier all the way topside, misses with the diving headbutt. Lex Luger doing a bit of showing off, catches a boot to the face for showboating right in front of Guy Cormier. Not a wise move when you're in there with the originals. Guy Cormier rounding up the total package, head first into the apron. Lex Luger catching it on the outside. Cormier finally rolls him back inside the ring. Makes his way inside himself. Rounds up Lex Luger. Luger counters the Irish whip. Puts Guy Cormier into his own corner. Slams him head first into the turnbuckle. Rounds up Cormier again. A kick to the leg against that rope. And that is a painful move. Clothesline. Takes down Lex Luger. He's going after John Van as well. Tries to nail him with the right hand. Sylvia Strong really letting him have it. And it's a good thing we can't hear what's going on, because Sylvia Strong is no doubt stringing together a tapestry of obscenity. John Van watches as Guy Cormier's whip to the Perfect team's corner. Elbows, shoulders, to the midsection. A clubbing overhead right. Guy Cormier goes down. Here comes Mr. Perfect. The Perfect package working rather effectively. Look at this. Mr. Perfect with supreme confidence. Guy Cormier slammed down to the canvas. Perfect going for a cover. 1, 2. Seemed to me Mr. Perfect felt he had it right there, but no. Guy Cormier finding his way out of the pin. And again, we find ourselves on the outside kick to the midsection from Mr. Perfect, but countered into a back body drop by Guy Cormier. Cormier rounds him up, pitches him towards the barricades. A stomp to the midsection. And once more, the referee finds himself counting. Cormier locks up Mr. Perfect. Gets him back inside the ring, but decides, oh, look at this, I'm going to go after Lex Luger as well. Guy Cormier being urged to get it back inside the ring. A bit indecisive, took a bit too long. Lex Luger finding his way out. And the count begins again. Mr. Perfect sneaking up from behind on Guy Cormier. And this match getting really crazy. Cormier counters with elbows to the midsection of Mr. Perfect. Rounds him up, gathers him back inside the ring. The Staten Island Crippler with a right, another, and a one-arm spinebuster from Guy Cormier. Guy rounds him up, whips Perfect to his team's corner. Mr. Perfect, on the receiving end of that grinding forearm across the face. Perfect assisted out of the corner by Guy Cormier. Cormier dragging Mr. Perfect just about center ring, and he looks like he's in a bit of trouble. He certainly is. Guy Cormier winding it up. Oh, here we go. Here's a series of boots to the chest of Mr. Perfect. And he nailed it. Cover. One. But no, Lex Luger breaking it up at a count of 1. Cormier returns his attention to his corner. John Van tagged in Mr. Perfect. All messed up after that assault. Perfect. Standing drop kick. Takes down John Van. He goes for a cover. 1. Yet another near fall in this extremely wild tag team matchup. John Van going for a raw vertical suplex from Mr. Perfect. Now a blatant choke. Mr. Perfect really starting to abuse the rule book here. Just gone right after the kick to the side. John Van looking like he's in trouble here. Whoa, nailed him with a right to spun him around. Goes behind rear waistlock. Mr. Perfect up, sidewalk slam. John Van covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and just like that, this one's all over, and John Van and Guy Cormier prevail yet again.
Here's the time, 13 minutes and 34 seconds. And your winners, the Originals.
Hey, that was a light day at the office for them. 13 minutes and neither one of them busted up or bruised or bleeding or anything. Great night for the Originals. They do this on the 31st at the Spectrum. They're going to be just fine.
With every single match, these guys prove why they are the greatest tag team in RWL. I just kinda hope they still are after that card in Philly.
Yeah, me too. Schultz and Steve Williams, they're no joke. They're former champions themselves.
It will be a difficult challenge for the Originals come March 31st, but they are victorious tonight against the Perfect Package, and we'll be back with our main event, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, when we return.